Hello students, how are you all? I hope you all are doing quite fine, and I also hope that you are watching my videos, and I'm just making for you students so that all these questions together can help you with your board exam preparations. Today I'm here with some questions on probability, which is like a quite an interesting topic also, and everybody wants to like does not leave that chapter, right? Because that is quite an interesting one, and probability it's like a matter of chance. How many chances are there for an event to occur, right? So these are the questions that in which the probability of the student doing the question is 1. Okay, so here I am with certain questions on probability which are being asked in the previous year's board paper. Then these are the questions I sorted out for you, were asked in previous year's IMO paper and other competitive exams, or I would say the other entrance exam papers. These questions are being asked. I just did that with the mindset that after doing these questions, you will be able to at least do the board exam question papers for sure. Like you will be able to solve any of the probability questions that are being asked in the previous year's board papers, right? So I just sorted out these questions for you. So let's get started with this question part. Okay. Now starting with question number 1. What question number 1 says that there is a bag that contains two colored balls, red balls and blue balls. Okay. And number of red balls in that it is 5. Number of blue balls we have to calculate. I'll repeat the question that there's a bag which contains balls of two colors, red and blue, out of which red are 5 in number and number of blue balls is what we have to calculate. Okay. Now, only condition that is given it is that probability of drawing a blue ball is twice the probability of drawing a red ball. Okay. Probability means chances of drawing a blue ball is more than is twice, not more, in fact, it is twice the chance of drawing a red ball from the bag. Okay. This is the condition that is provided. Now let's start with the solution part. Okay. Solution. Let the not total number, it is number of blue balls. Let the number of blue balls be, as we do not know, so we will assume x. Okay, this implies, what does it implies? That total number of balls will be 5 plus x. Okay, now probability of drawing a red ball will be 5 upon 5 plus x. Similarly, probability of drawing a blue ball will be x upon 5 plus x. Okay. Number of, how we calculate the probability? Number of times the event is occurring upon the total number of outcomes possible, or total number of times the event has to occur. Okay. So, the condition given it is, apply this condition over here. What it is saying that x upon 5 plus x, that is the probability of blue ball drawn, is equals to twice the probability of red ball drawn from the bag. Okay. Now nothing left. Just the calculation part. Cut this 5 plus x and 5 plus x on both the sides, on the left hand side and the right hand side. What we are left with? X is equals to 2 into 5, that is equals to 10. Therefore, number of blue balls is equals to X is equals to 10 is my answer. Clear? Fine. Switching on to the next question, question number 2. Question number 2, what it says that there is a pack of 52 cards. Okay. Deck of cards. How many there are? Are the number of cards? It's 52. Out of those 52 cards, face cards of clubs and diamonds are removed. Okay, I'll write it down. Face cards of club and diamond are removed. Now, what they are asking with, that probability that a card is drawn at random, and what is the probability of drawing a queen or a jack. Okay, I'll repeat a question. There is a deck of 52 cards or a pack of 52 cards, out of which the face cards of diamond and club are removed. Okay, now out of the remaining cards, which what we are left with, a card is drawn at random. So what is the probability that the card drawn is a queen or a jack? Okay, start with the solution part. Solution. Okay, now face cards. How many face cards are there in a pack of 52 cards? King 4, and similarly is for queen and jack also 4 4 4. Out of that, club and diamond. Acha, 4 cards are there, each of 4, like in each of the suit, right? Like one card of heart it will be, one spade, one club and one diamond. Okay, 4 suits are there in a pack of cards. What are those? Diamond, spade, then heart, and then club. Okay, 4 suits are there. Out of this, this diamond and this club is removed. So how many king cards are left with? We are left with 2 king cards. And similarly is the case for queen and jack, that we are left with 2 queen cards and 2 jack cards. 2 queen cards are also spade and heart, and for jack also it is spade and heart left with. Right? So how many cards left? First of all, we will find out cards left with is equals to 52 minus 2 plus 2 plus 2. Okay, that is 52 minus 6, that is we are left with 46 cards. Okay, out of that, these 46, the face cards are only now 6 remaining. Out of 12 face cards, only 6 cards are remaining. Okay, 2 of queen and 2 of jack. Okay, now what it is being asked, that a card is drawn and probability that it is a queen or jack. That is queen the chances of coming of queen, it is 2, and of jack also it is coming is 2, upon the total number of cards, that is the 46. So it will be 4 upon 46, which is actually equal to 2 upon 23, and this is my answer. Okay, understood? Out of 46, 4 cards are my favorable conditions, right? To fire, for a queen or a jack to be taken out. Okay, so the probability is 2 by 23, right? Switching on to the next question, that is question number 3 now. Third question, what does it says? Let's see, students. Third question says that there is a bag containing 3 balls of 3 different colors. That is red, black and green. Red are 4 in number, black balls are 3 in number and green balls are 5 in number. Now we have to find out the probability of taking out a ball which is red, first red in color, and then taking out the second ball which is black in color. Okay, what we have to find that probability of taking out the ball such that first is red color and second is black color. Okay, now let's start with the solution part. To find the solution, first we have to calculate the total number of balls in the bag. Okay, so total balls will be 4 plus 3 plus 5, that is equals to 12. So total number of balls in my bag is 12. Okay, now probability of getting a red ball in the first chance, right? First we have to take out a red ball. So probability of taking out a red ball here will be P of taking a red ball is 4 upon 12. Now probability of taking out a black ball from the remaining 11 balls. Okay students, not 12 balls. Now the remaining number of ball is 11. So taking out a black ball in the second chance will be 3 by 11. Okay. Now multiply both the probabilities. So probability of first red and then black is equals to 4 by 12 into 3 by 11. 1 times, 3 times, 3 and 3 cancel. So what I got? 1 by 11, which is my required answer. Okay. Probability of taking out first red ball and then black ball will be 4 by 12 into 3 by 11, that will be 1 by 11. Okay. Now switching on to the next question. What my next question is saying, let's see. This will be question number 4. Question number 4, it says that 2 dice are rolled simultaneously. What is the probability that the sum will be less than 7? Okay, so the lowest sum that can come on 2 dice when they are rolled simultaneously is 1 plus 1, that is 2. So what is the probability that the sum is less than 7 means that the probability of getting either 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6. Okay, till 6 we have to find out the probability of getting their sums. Okay, I'll just say that two dice are rolled. Okay. So what we have to find, probability of are rolled. Let me write down the statement. Simultaneously. Simultaneously means at one go. Together they are rolled. Probability of getting some less than 7. What will be its probability? So it will be actually the probability of getting 2 probability plus probability of getting 3 as a sum plus probability of getting 4 as a sum plus probability of getting 5 as a sum plus probability of getting 6 as a sum. Okay, so I'll start with the solution part. Okay, now probability of getting 2 as a sum will be what are the favorable situations when it will be only one case, that is 1 plus 1, oh sorry 1 and 1 on both the dice. At that time their sum is 2, 1 plus 1 is 2. Okay, and so it is 1 upon, its probability is 1 upon 36. This 36, it is actually the total number of outcomes. Okay, this is what total number of outcomes possible when two dice are rolled. Total number of outcomes. Okay, now probability of getting 3 as a sum. What are the favorable conditions? Getting 1 on first dice and second 2 on second dice, or getting 2 on first dice and 1 on second dice. These are the two conditions, because it's not possible that getting 3 on first dice and 0 on the second dice, right? Neither the vice versa is possible, getting 0 and 0 and 3, right? So these are the two favorable outcomes. So the probability of getting 3 as a sum will be 2 upon 36. 36, as we know that it is the total number of outcomes. Now, similarly we will calculate for 4, 5 and 6 also. So probability of getting 4 as a sum what are the favorable conditions? 1 by 3, 2 by 2, 2 comma 2, getting 2 on the first dice and 2 on the second dice, then getting 3 on the first dice and 1 on the second dice. These are the only 3 conditions, the 3 favorable outcomes that are possible, in which we are getting 4 as a sum. So the probability will be written as 3 by 36. Similarly for P 5, it will be 1 comma 4, 2 comma 3, 3 comma 2, favorable outcomes I am writing, students, and 4 comma 1. So the probability of getting 5 will be sum as 5, okay, not 5 on a particular dice, but sum as a 5 is these favorable 4 conditions. So the probability will be 4 by 36. Similarly for P6, the favorable situations will be 1 5, 2 3, 3 2, 4 1, right? Oh sorry, 4 2 2 4. Oh, I have written wrong. 3 comma 3. Okay, and the another condition it could be 5 comma 1. Okay, so how many favorable outcomes? 1 2 3 4 and 5. That is 5 by 36. Now probability of getting sum less than 7 will be the addition of all these possibilities. Any of the possibility is allowed, because in all these cases the sum is less than 7. Fine. So probability of getting sum less than 7 is equals to 1 by 36 plus 2 by 36 plus 3 by 36 plus 4 by 36 plus 5 by 36. So what my final probability will be coming? 1 plus 2, 3 plus 3, 6 plus 4, 10 plus 5, 15. So 15 upon 36 is my final answer. Okay. Probability of getting sum less than 7 is 15 by 36. Okay. Understood this question? Fine. Now switching on to the next question, students. Next question it is saying, just a sec, students. A box, wait, let me rub it out first. Next question says a box contains 600 bulbs, out of which 12 are defective. This question is asked in the board exam. Okay, here I do not know, but yeah, it is a previous year board exam question. A box contains 600 bulbs, out of which 12 bulbs are defective. We have to find the probability that a bulb is drawn and it is not defective, means that bulb is okay. Probability of taking a correct bulb from bag. What is the probability of that? We have to calculate. Okay. Now, in a box of 600 bulbs, 12 are defective. That means how many are correct bulbs? Start with the solution part. Okay. Number of correct या okay bulbs will be equal to 600 minus 12. That is equals to 588 bulbs. So what will be the probability of drawing a bulb which is okay? Probability of drawing a correct bulb will be, out of those 588 bulbs, I can draw any. Okay. So 588 upon 600 is my required answer, because out of 600 chances, 588 chances are there that the bulb drawn is okay, it's correct. Okay. Now, easy one, right? Switching on to the next question, students. Question number 6, students, says that there are 3 coins that are being tossed and there's a boy Aryan who wins the game only when there is a head, either a head or the tail on all the 3 coins, otherwise he will lose the game. Okay, it is said that 3 coins are tossed. Okay, now there is a situation when Aryan wins. When 3 heads or 3 tails are the outcomes. Else he lose the game. Okay, now we have to find the probability that Aryan loses the game. We have to find this. Okay, now to find this, what I'll start with the solution part. First of all, I'll find that how many conditions, how many total outcomes are possible. Okay, when a coin is tossed, then there can be only 2 possible outcomes, either a head or a tail. Okay, now when 3 coins are tossed simultaneously, then the total number of outcomes will be possible. Total outcomes possible is equals to 2 to the power of 3, that is 8 outcomes are possible. Now let's see what are the outcomes possible. I'll start it with H, H and H, then T, H, 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 T, H, 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 T, then T, T, H, then H, T, T, then T, H, T, and then it will be T, T and T. Okay, now these are the 8 conditions, 8 outcomes that are possible with 3 coins tossed simultaneously. Out of these 8 outcomes, what are the favorable conditions when Aryan will be winning the game? It is only when he is getting either HHH on all the 3 coins, or he is getting TTT on all the 3 coins. That is either tails on all the 3 or head on all the 3. Okay, so what are those outcomes? It is 1 and 2. Only 2 out of 8, only 2 outcomes are there when Aryan is winning the game. In rest other outcomes he is losing the game. So we have to find the probability that Aryan loses the game. Therefore, probability that Aryan lose the game is equals to 8 minus 2 upon 8, that is 6 upon 8 is my required answer. Out of 8 outcomes, there are 6 outcomes possible in which condition the Aryan will be losing the game. Okay, clear? Switching on to the next question, students. Question number 7. It's only in probability, generally students, we have a very less of calculation part. It is only more of the logical part that we have to understand. Once the logic is clear with the probability, then the question won't take much time. Okay, question number 7. What is it saying? That what is the probability of getting 53 Mondays, getting 53 Mondays in a leap year? Okay, now in a leap year, we all know that there are 366 days. Okay, first I will write with the solution. Okay, now leap year total number of days, it is 366. So first of all we will calculate that there are how many weeks in a leap year. Okay, so total number of days in a leap year is equals to 366. Total weeks, how many it will be? Total weeks, it will be 366 upon 7, that is 52, 2 by 7. Now this 2, what does it denote? That there are 52 whole weeks in a year, in a leap year or in any other year. Means a normal year with a days, 365 days. Okay, 52 weeks are complete weeks. Now after those 52 weeks, that means there will be 52 Mondays, 52 Tuesdays and so on. And except that there will be 2 more days. Okay, 2 extra days. Okay, so there can be possibilities that there are what are the possible outcomes of those number of days? Let me total. Outcomes can be any 2 days is possible. Okay, out of 7 days in a week, only 2 days will be there in a leap year, which will be 53 in number. Okay, now those possible outcomes can be or I can say that those possible days can be, I'll start with Monday and Tuesday, or those 2 days can be Tuesday and Wednesday, or Wednesday, Thursday, or Thursday, Friday, Friday or Saturday, Saturday or Sunday, or they can be Sunday or Monday. Like out of the 7 days, any 2 days can be possible. So the total number of days in which these 2 days are possible is Monday, Tuesday. Those 2 days can be Monday, Tuesday or Tuesday, Wednesday and so on. Okay. Now we have to find that what is the probability that it is 53 Mondays in a leap year. That means either those 2 days are either Monday, Tuesday at that point of time there will be 53 Mondays in that leap year, or the pair is Sunday and Monday. I mean the 2 days can be either Sunday, Monday or Monday, Tuesday. In both the cases there are 53 Mondays. Okay, so how many possible outcomes are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Okay, out of those 7 outcomes, for Monday to be 53, there are 2 favorable outcomes. Okay, so for a leap year to have 53 Mondays, probability of having 53 Mondays is equals to 2 by 7, and this is my required answer. Okay, so probability of getting 53 Mondays in a leap year, it is 2 by 7, because in 2 ways there are 53 Mondays are possible. Not 2 Mondays but 53 Mondays. Okay, now switching on to the question number 8. Question number 8. A jar contains 24 marbles. Okay. What question number 8 is saying? There's a jar which contains 24 marbles. Okay, out of those 24, some are red and some are white marbles. Okay, now it is being said that when a marble is drawn, the probability of getting a red marble is 2 by 3. That means when a marble is drawn, probability of red marble is 2 by 3. We have to calculate number of white marbles. How many numbers of white marbles are there in a jar containing 24 marbles altogether? Okay. Starting with the solution part. Okay. Let the number of red marbles, because red marble number also we do not know the quantity of red marbles, be x. Okay, let the number of red marbles in the jar be x. So this implies P of R will be probability of taking a red marble out. P of R will be x upon 24. Okay, if the number of marbles in a jar is x, then probability of taking a red marble out will be x upon 24, and that is actually given to be 2 by 3. In the question itself it is given 2 by 3. Now calculate this thing for x. So this implies PR is equals to x is equals to 2 by 3 into 24. This implies x will be equal to 16. So number of red marbles in the jar is 16. So what will be the number of white marbles? White marbles will be is equals to 24 minus 16, that is 8, and therefore number of white marbles is my required answer. Number of white marbles in the jar is 8, and that is my required answer. Switching on to the next question. Question number 9. Question number 9, it is saying that in a deck of 52 cards, there is an event that a card is drawn, okay, and that should be that the card is not the ace for the hearts. The card is not the ace for the cards, for the hearts, okay. So what are the number of outcomes favorable to E? Okay, and repeat, there is a deck of 52 cards. Deck of 52 cards available, and E is an event such that a card is drawn and it is not the ace of hearts. Okay, so what are the favorable number of outcomes? Number of favorable outcomes. Okay, that we have to find out. Okay. Now the thing it is, if I talk about ace, a card ace. Okay. Now there are 4 ace cards in a pack of 52 cards. Okay. And those 4 ace cards have different suits, right? All the 4 suits. Suppose if I talk about, wait, let me write down the solution. Okay. Now if I talk about ace card. Okay, ace has 4 different suits. It is diamond, heart, then spade and club. Okay, now it is saying that if I draw a card, it should not be of an ace and a heart, right? So this is the only one card which shouldn't be there in our event to occur. Okay, so out of that 52 cards, how many remaining cards, remaining favorable outcomes it is? Favorable outcomes can be 52 minus 1, sorry, not 51, 52 minus 1, that is 51. So out of 52 possible outcomes, there are 51 favorable outcomes. Okay, which is because it is supporting the event E. Okay, event E is saying that a card, when it is drawn, it shouldn't be the ace of hearts. And how many such cards are present in a pack of 52? Only one card, which is an ace, as well as it has a design of hearts. Okay, it has a suit as heart. Okay, there is only one card present in the pack of 52. So, number of favorable outcomes will be 52 minus 1, that is 51. Okay, so 51 will be the answer. Now, switching on to the question number 10. Let's see what the question number 10 has to say. Question number 10 says, a girl calculates the probability of winning the first prize in a lottery is 0.08. Okay, if 6,000 tickets are sold, how many tickets has she bought? Okay, there's a girl which sees that probability of winning a lottery ticket is 0.08. I think, yeah, 0.08. Now, if 6,000 tickets are sold, okay, it is asked that how many tickets has she bought? Okay, this is my question. Now, if I say that 6,000, wait, let me write down the solution part first. Okay, if 6,000 tickets are being sold, then chances of winning are only one out of these 6,000. Okay, if 6,000 tickets are sold, then chances of winning are, because there can be only one winner in a lottery ticket, there can be only one winner, chances of winning will be 1 of 6,000. Okay, if the girl has purchased one ticket, then chances of her winning is 1 upon 6,000. Okay, right? Now it is saying that the girl has a chance of winning point 0, like the chances of winning for a girl it is 0.08. Then it is being asked that how many tickets the girl must have purchased. Suppose if the girl must have purchased 2 tickets, okay, or if I say that the girl would have purchased 5 tickets, so the chances of her winning would have been 5 of the 6,000 tickets sold. Okay, but here it is said that the chances of girl winning the lottery ticket is 0.08. Okay, now we do not know how many number of tickets she has purchased, so that her chance of winning is coming is 0.08. Okay, so I'll do it as, let the tickets, I write just a 6 students, let the tickets purchased is equals to X. Number of tickets purchased is X. This implies X times 1 upon 6,000 is equals to 0.08. Understood? If a girl has purchased only one ticket, at that time her chance of winning is 1 upon 6,000. Okay, but the girl is saying that her chances of winning is 0.08. That means I don't know how many tickets she has purchased, but the number of tickets that are being purchased into 1 upon 6,000 for each ticket is equals to 0.08. The total number of chances of winning. Okay, not number but the total chances of winning. It is 0.08. So let's solve it for x. X will be 0.08 into 6,000. This implies x to be 8 into 60. So that comes out to be 480. That means the girl has purchased 480 tickets out of 6,000. Out of 6,000 tickets sold, she has purchased 480 tickets, and that is why her chances of winning are 0.08. If you will do it as, if you will calculate chance of winning, chance of her winning, it will be obviously 480 upon 6,000, because out of 6,000 480 tickets are with her only. So this thing will be calculated to be as 0.08. Okay, so the number of tickets that are being purchased by the girl is 480, and that is my answer. Okay, this is just the reverse of the question. Okay, next question, students. Question number 11 says that there is a bag which contains balls of 2 different colors, and the bag has total of 10 balls. Okay, now in this the number of red balls is X. Is X. Okay, now probability of taking a red ball is equals to obviously X by 10, right? Now it is saying that when number of balls of red color increased to 20 more, that means when in a bag of 10 balls, if I add and when there are 10 balls, there are X number of red balls. Now if I add 20 more red balls to it, then probability, here I will take this probability as P dash to differentiate it with P. Probability of drawing a red ball then will be something, but the condition given it is at that time the probability of drawing the red ball will be twice the probability of drawing a red ball earlier. Okay, now here it is given that, coming on to the solution part, P initially of red ball, when there were X number of red balls, at that time it is X upon 10. Okay, probability of drawing a red ball. Now when 20 more are added, when 20 more red balls are added, then total is equals to, total number of balls will be 10 plus 20, that is equals to 30. Okay, and probability of drawing the ball will be, that is P dash will be, P dash of drawing the red ball will be X plus 20 upon 30. Okay, now according to the given condition, what it is, X plus 20 upon 30 is actually twice of X upon 10. Okay, chances of drawing the red ball became double, right, when we add 20 more balls. So just rubbing the question part, I will draw it, I will write it over here. What it will be, doing the cross multiplication, what I got, X upon 20, X plus 20 into 10 is equals to twice of X into 30. So opening the brackets, what I got, 10x plus 200 is equals to 60x. 200 is equals to 60x minus 10x. Okay, or I can say that here implies to sign will be there in every step, students. X will be equal to 200 upon 50, that is equals to 4. Therefore, number of red balls is equals to 4, and this is my answer. Fine, students. Now that completes with the practice part of this video, right? I have tried to cover as many probability types of probability questions as possible. More, if you can come across with some other questions, then you can please write me on my mail ID given in the description box. Thank you, students, and please do share and subscribe my videos so that I can reach to more and more students and can help them out in some way or the other. Then it would be really good, or really it will really make me happy. Okay, thank you, students. Bye.